Hello, hello, hello. This is Miss MTU coming back with another short video for all my special educators. I hope your day is going well thus far. This topic is a big topic that has been around for a long time. So, if you notice, I got my little ball here. This is like a little fidget for me because I think I have a little bit of special ed in me as well. And I have my notebook. Here's the question. Do you prioritize behavior or content? Which one do you prioritize in your classroom as special educators? By the time we end this short video, I will let you know which one. You'll know which one that I prioritize. So when I first started teaching in 2001, I was all about the content. 100% in. I was a pleaser. I was new. I wanted to please it, make sure everything was good, and whatever they said went. So I was really adamant about making sure that I just stuck by the book. Chapter 1, this is what we're going to do. I didn't care what, the classroom was off the chain. My kids were all over the place. The behaviors they were doing whatever they wanted. They halfway weren't learning. I had no classroom management. So that was really, for me, an eye-opener. So I struggled with that. And this went on like for years. Like, I continued to struggle with, keeping my classroom under control and all of that. And once I got into I want to say maybe 6th or 7th year of teaching, I started switching up to addressing the behaviors and establishing a routine. It just came to me as I kind of watched other teachers that had been in the classrooms, and I wondered why their classrooms were functioning the way they needed to, and then here mine was just off the chain doing whatever. So I started to focus on routine and procedures and behaviors. Now, the stressful part about content is that the state wants us to make sure we have all our ducks in a row, right? All these expectations for the way they want our kids to be successful. They want them to do A, B, C, and D. They got to make this certain percent. They got to do this and that. And to be honest with you, as long as I've been teaching, we've always been the group that they always say have the lowest scores, right? It's that SPED group, right? The SPED group has the lowest scores, right? So for me, I have never seen, and if you've experienced something different, then let me know. But for me, in my group, as far as I've been teaching, I just knew we weren't going to make the scores. The type of kids we had, we just weren't going to do it. So now, nowadays, our kids and they've always been intelligent, and you have those kiddos that are super intelligent, and we have a few that make the mark, right? But it is important to make sure you have that behavior under control. And that comes with building relationships. It comes with nipping that in the bud right from the beginning, right? So, there are a lot of schools that establish that they have it all school-wide, where they do like a routine, and you have to establish expectations and routines for the first few weeks of school, which is totally awesome. But for special educators, you already know this is a year-long thing. We do this all year, right? Because a lot of times our students, they do go through what we call a honeymoon phase, and then sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just jump right into it. So we deal with a lot of different behaviors. And as of now, for me, it is behaviors. Behavior is priority for me. Behavior and routine. Behavior and routine is priority for me because I always talk about my experiences, right? Hopefully you can relate. It is important because there is no way, and I'm looking dead into the camera, there is no way that you can have students learn anything if you do not get the behavior under control, period. The behavior will not be if you don't get the behavior under control, your students will not learn the content. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter how many new curriculums we get. Doesn't matter all these cool things we got for the kids to do. If the behavior is not there, you can't get your kids to behave or make appropriate choices, you will not be able to teach them the content. So we have to improvise and differentiate and do all these different things in order to get our students to learn the content. And although content is so important, I'm not saying that it's not. It is very important. I know that there are some days where behavior takes over the content. I may not get the chapter 2 in in language arts, right? I may have to push that back to the next day because sometimes the kids come in and we just don't know, what they've been through, what they're dealing with. We have to understand that it's important to address those. We have to do that. I cannot have a student who's dealing with something. I'm sitting there, he's dealing with something or she's dealing with something, and here I come flopping a book in front of them, telling them to turn to page 95 so we can go over 1 through 5. It's not going to work as of now from what I've seen. So I want to know what are your thoughts on that? What do you prioritize? Special educators, what do you prioritize? Do you prioritize behavior or do you prioritize content? And I'm going to say it again. I cannot teach my students, my LD, BD, EMH, OHI, I can't teach them the content. They will not learn it if I don't have control over the behavior. The behavior has to be under control. You have to have a plan for the behaviors in your classroom, period. So that's how I feel about this. In our mind in special ed, for me, as I went on through the years, I went from being a pleaser to doing all this to really focusing on what was good for kids, what mattered with our kids. And it's important to know that my mind is really wired and addressed for behaviors. It's the behaviors first. Because where I am now, if they come to me or where I work, it's the reason why they're there. So I have to understand that. And I have to be able to address that and build a relationship with it. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video if you are connecting with me in any way. And I will be back soon and check you out. Check out your comments. Thank you. Take care.